Good morning, everybody. It is finally March, and it's the second day of March 2026, and the favorite time of our week because it's Mondays with Bev and Paul. And hi, everybody. My name's Paul.
Good morning. My name's Bev.
Good
No
morning,
Paul. Good
Bev.
morning,
Good
Paul.
morning, teacher.
Oh
Didn't you
boy.
have to do that? Hey, we got a great little show today, I think. We're going to talk about healing without agreement is the title of it. Yeah. And
Hmm.
we're going to start out with what the is going on?
What is happening here?
What's going on? And isn't there a song like that? What's going
What's going on? Yeah,
on? Tell
Marvin
me what's
Gaye. Yeah,
going on.
he
That's
was asking
perfect
that
theme.
question in the 60s.
Right. That's a perfect theme for today. And yeah, we're going to talk about that because, as we all know, and if you don't know it, then you must live under a rock.
Right.
The world is in total tension and chaos and confusion and conflicts. And,
I said,
even if you
yeah,
say, oh no, I'm at peace and I just meditate and I just, do my gardens and things, you can't help but feel the tension of the planet
yeah,
because the planet is us.
yeah,
And that nervous system is under tension and is being reverberated all over the world. And you can't really get away from it, even though you say, well, I don't read the newspaper, or I don't turn on the TV, or I don't watch TikTok, or any of those kinds of things. And we're going to talk about how BioTouch really is a way to use during this time. Whether you watch these things or not, the tension is happening and it's coming
yeah.
to the
And
forefront.
one of the main reasons why that's true, it doesn't matter individually if we're not, or we are, or we're hiding under a rock. That interconnectedness between all of us, it reverberates through that whole group called humanity. We can't help it. Even if we're deliberately not paying attention, we're going to feel something because that is that collective consciousness that we share. So, everyone is under the gun right now, and a lot of what's happening also, and why I think BioTouch is so timely that it really starts to make itself known at this time, is that um, all this stuff that's going on is a result of past choices that we collectively have made and embraced for many, many eons of time. And now here it is. The fact that BioTouch is emerging now, it just tells a real story about um, the the power that is being offered to us to heal together, because that's when healing's really going to take place. And that's the message of this amazing, unique technique. You must do it with another human being.
Right, right.
You must. In
Yes,
order for it to be totally effective, you have to step into a relationship.
right. And that one relationship reverberates, as you
It
just said, through
ripples
all
out.
of humanity. I don't have to go out and make sure I've liberated tens of thousands of people. All I have to do is work with one person and help them with their stress or their pain or their symptom of disease.
That's
And that's something the body just gets. And
it.
BioTouch is a way for us to help without us having to have a philosophy or a politics or an opinion, you know?
Yeah,
And yet, what's nice, you can have that opinion and still be effective doing BioTouch. That's what kills
exactly.
me.
I know. That's a powerful element to this
Yes.
melody, actually. Yeah.
I don't have to like the person I'm working with. I don't have to agree with them.
Nope.
And in that moment of doing that greeting, all that it's like what were you just saying? It brings us into that moment of breath. There's that
Yeah.
moment of Oh, I do that greeting for both the practitioner and the recipient.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Wow, what an honor to share, to really share in a moment of unconditional just presence, right? I mean,
Right.
how often do we get that opportunity? Oh, BioTouch is like offers that to all of us all the time.
Yeah, and one of the things when we were figuring it out with chat was it talked about biotouch healing is taught. It's not prescribed. It's not a prescription. It's just
Right.
taught to people. It's not even taught. It's just
It's
given.
given. I thought just it's a gift that is being given, a gift
Yes.
for all of us. Yes. Because once we really embrace the that technique and are using it and helping others, um, it changes our lives. It changes both, everybody's life. It takes the need to be right or the need to live in your ego. It just kind of dissipates all of that stuff so that this gift, because it's a service, it's a
Right.
sharing, it's a loving service that we get to share. That's the power of it for each one of us.
Yeah. Yeah. It when somebody receives that touch too, that it doesn't it doesn't matter that when I work with people who are at the center, they don't ask me, well, what do you think of this or what do you think of that?
Right.
I'm like,
Right. No, that
I'm
doesn't
just touching, and they're just breathing and they're becoming aware of their own body and I'm becoming aware of mine in my
yes.
application of the technique. And in that, what happens? There's this, we're both being healed together and up and up and
That's
up and
that's the
up.
secret. That's the power right there. Healing together. I'm telling you, we're so interconnected, as we were saying in the beginning, that when all we have to do is touch one person, because when one person begins that journey of self-awareness and that process of healing, we all we all start to heal. As crazy as that sounds, that is the basics of, we've been told that by many, many, many great ones who have come. It begins with one and then it ripples out. And we say that in our vision statement, do we not?
Yeah, a chain which shall go on indefinitely.
That's right. That's who we are.
And, it goes back to that very first time when that old man said to me, Norman and Carol brought love to the Mancos Valley. Now, here was a valley that people hated each other for generations. Here in this little house in Mancos, Colorado, you had migrant farm workers, you had the Indians from the reservation, you had Christians, you had Jews, you had fundamentalists, you had, atheists, all sitting in this room together.
Yeah.
And what did they have in common? They were all afraid.
Yep. You
Every
bet.
That is a common denominator that I've learned giving these presentations over and over. We all are afraid. There's
Yeah.
fear.
There's
And the only
fear.
thing that will get rid of that fear and that tension that fear creates is love. And when
That's
that
it.
old man said Norman and Carol brought love to the Mancos Valley, boom, that was
Boom.
it.
You knew that, uh-oh, I've
that
been brought here for a reason.
that's I got my back problem for a reason,
Right,
right?
exactly. Exactly. And you got better. That
Yes.
that's the
Yeah. I
thing
mean, a
I'm
couple of
glad to
sessions, the pain was gone. My back did an alignment,
Yep.
and
Bodies get better. Yeah.
but yeah, that moment. And then that very first classes that we had in that little hotel in Mancos, Colorado, and that ex-CIA agent said he'd been involved in a lot of revolutions. Interesting. But
Right.
he'd never seen one as powerful as what was happening in that little hotel because this revolution was based on love.
Man, what
That's
a
it.
profound, amazing comment.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that
Yeah.
is the basis 35 years later of why Bev and I come on here every Monday to remind us this is a revolution of love,
It's
and
the
in that
revolution
you
of
can
love.
have all the disagreements you want, you can believe what you can dress the way you want. It doesn't matter, because love is the binding force for all of us on this planet together.
Oh
We're
my
all
gosh, the whole universe is bound, it's on a journey of loving and the one thing that always is such an amazing, profound truth about BioTouch is because we talk about, the one thing that we have in common, there's many things, but physically we all have a body. We're all in these bodies, right? and and our bodies are very intelligent units of different like aspects, right? That want to come into a balance. But BioTouch doesn't ask anything, does it? It meets each one of us where we are in our bodies, where that evolutionary process is, where everything is in a flex of change and wanting to heal and whatever we're going through physically, each of one of us, BioTouch just says there's nothing but love here.
right.
That touch is a communication for the body to say, "Oh, I know what to do with this. I know what to do with this loving touch." That's where it starts.
And for me as a practitioner, I don't have to pretend to be somebody that I'm not. It's like I always say, even jerks
Oh,
can do biotouch.
yep.
I don't need to perceive your energy field, or I don't need to, people say, well, are you sensing anything, And it's funny when people
Did
ask
you
that.
clear yourself?
Right. When people ask me, "Oh, do you feel anything?" I can hear my ego going, "Oh, go ahead, tell them what you're feeling."
Yeah, right.
Go ahead, they
Yes.
want to hear you. Yeah, and I'm
They
like,
will,
"Nah."
I know.
And it's funny because when I say, "Nah, I don't really feel," it's sort of like this deflating thing, and yet it's so powerful to be able
Yeah.
to admit and not have to
And
get into all that stuff.
you
I
don't
just have
have the
to
need.
touch. Right.
That's right.
I
You don't
just have
have
to
the
do
need
the
to do that.
points. And if I
Yeah.
don't know why I'm touching a certain point, I don't need to know why. People
Right.
say, "Oh, why did you touch that point?" Well, I don't know. It just came to me to do it, and I just do it.
And you trust yourself. BioTouch in that self-awareness,
Yeah, trust,
it
good word.
over time, yeah, I mean, I feel the same way. I'm in that moment, I'm like, I don't know, but I'm going to pay attention to what I just got a message from it, and I'm going to trust that this is what I need to do. And you just do it. After a while, and that confidence builds, and you have no need to break it apart and try to figure out, well, why? I wonder why this is coming up. Again, what are we're being allowed to do something in the moment, trusting ourselves and to be with this other person. Oh, it's just very powerful for both of us
Yeah.
in that relationship.
And then it allows us to trust that they know best what they need to do. And that's
Oh,
a difficult one. There's more than enough information, conflicting information, where we don't, as we teach biotouch, we don't need to be more advice or more dictates or more, we have the basic sets of points, 17 sets, and then we say, more points will come to you, and then allow the person you're working with to they will find their own directions. They will come across maybe a natural path, maybe a better eating technique, maybe a different belief system, and that will be their journey. I don't need to give my advice of where their journey should be. I just need to do the touch which opens them up to receive their own
yeah.
directions.
The moment that we feel that I'm going to suggest this, or I'm going to say, oh my goodness, have you been diagnosed? The, the need to do that is, it's just completely taken away in that moment. And I lost my train of thought because I was going to say something very profound in this
Yeah,
moment
I'll
about
bet you were.
what you were just talking about. But can I have the headset, please?
uh,
Oh, I know. The moment that we think that we have something to suggest or to do, we have in that moment negated their power
right,
to make choices and to make changes that they feel that they need to do.
right.
That is what really BioTouch is saying. We're going to take a neutral stand here. It doesn't mean that we don't honor everything. We do. BioTouch honors everything because again, it meets everybody where they are. But to think that we have the audacity to diagnose, recommend, suggest anything, we have in that moment already said to them, well, you need help. I'm the healer, or I'm a this, or I'm going to. BioTouch recognizes none of that.
Right.
That's a very powerful point for us to be holding for everyone.
Right. And trusting that they will find their person to give them that advice.
Yes.
There's people you pay them to give you advice. I mean, that's the thing about advice. You always got to pay somebody for it. There's always a
Yeah.
cost to advice.
Yeah.
One way or
Again,
another,
choice.
there is cost to advice.
Right. Right.
So, anyhow, that's why we're teaching BioTouch. It is perfect opportunity to really get BioTouch out there to more people. If you have a group that you would like us to talk to, if you would share BioTouch with, hey, give us a call, drop us an email. We can come to your group via Zoom. It doesn't matter if it's the poker club or, the meditation group.
Tupperware.
Yeah, so, it doesn't matter.
Right.
I know how to relate BioTouch to horse manure.
There you
So,
go.
so
And you're very good at it.
yeah, because I live in it.
Yeah, right.
It's like the old story of like, the positiveness is the kid who's sitting in the horse manure going like this. Well, there's got to be a pony in here somewhere.
That's perfect.
So
Yep.
we've got the pony for you. All you got to do is ride it.
That's it. Get on that horse.
Get on the horse, ride it with us. We're here every Monday, and then we have get on our email list, and you can get this right after the show if you can't see it. There's also a whole thing, justtouch.com/blogs, and you can watch the past 8 years of our shows and all the different things we talked about. We keep saying the same thing. Just touch, folks. It's just that
You got
simple.
it. You already have it.
You
You
got
already
it.
have it. Yeah.
All right. Thank you, Bev.
Thank you, Paul.
And thank
Thank
you.
you, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.
Days in and days out, space and time is all about feeling pressure with the pain, in sunshine or in the rain. Living is a place in mind, giving is being kind. When the pain is too much, what we need is BioTouch. When I'm touching you, you are touching me. It's a simple thing to do and a natural way to be.